Hi guys, welcome. We are Budget Travel Family, a family of 7 from the UK who have self-converted a 7-berth camper van in just 4 months. We've been all over Europe in our van, and boy, it's been an adventure. This week we're going to show you how we created our beds for 7 people in our self-converted camper van, show you the special bed above the cab that's a double bed we've never seen before, and touch upon the window fitting and the fitting of the Maxxair fan. Like I said, we were complete novices. Just give it a go, do your research, and you know what, it turned out really well. So one of the most asked questions we have is, how did we make this bed? This is the double bed that is above the cab. It's a lovely little area. Our daughters love being up there. It's a nice little bed. If you can see under here, we will give you the full footage of how we did it and what we used. This goes all the way to the front of the cab. So the bed goes all the way through. So it's quite hard to put on the camera how it works, but it goes very deep. If you look here now, it was made using the IKEA strut beams, which you can see one here. In the middle there, you'll see with the footage, there is the actual chassis of the vehicle, and then the wooden brackets go where the actual parcel shelf was that we'd taken out. I'll show you the footage of us taking it out there. They have electricity up here. There's a cubby hole there for books and things like that, but it's a very, very well-made bed. It's very sturdy. It can actually have my weight of 15 stone up there. And I've not seen a bed like it on top of the cab. It's a brand new concept that literally came out of my head. It was put on a piece of paper and we thought, can it be done? Can it be made? We haven't seen any like this. So we thought we'd give it a go. If it didn't work, then it's back to the drawing board and we'd try again. But obviously we've pulled it off. It's been used now for the last year. It's been a really good bed. A lot of people say, what are you going to do when the kids grow? When the kids grow, it's getting ripped out or the van gets sold or whatnot. We are here living for now, not for in the future. This is doing really well for the time with, you know, the smaller kids. It's not there for the bigger kids. So you've seen the rear footage of the vehicle. This is the beds after it now. This is the main bed. This is a European King. As you can see underneath there where we've shown, there was a strut down there, a big long metal strut behind there, and then one over there. This is where the SCOVA beams go into the wall and then they fix into the fixings. Like I said before, there's a metal runner that runs along there, and then we did 3 SCOVA beams across, and that's what you'll have seen there. If you look underneath here now, this is where, if you think of it, the bed underneath has been the same as this. So these 2 double singles that are on the top here, they've been anchored in by the SCOVA beams. So ultimately you've had the SCOVA beams on there, and then they go onto here, they go across and they're anchored on, and that's how we built the bed system. So we have the same similar bed there, and then obviously these double bunks up here. So this is how we've built it, and it's a very comfortable, obviously, you know, not being here you can't really see it, but the beds were made on this format. The similar side here, we just screwed in the IKEA slats straight into the SCOVA beams, and then obviously this is the renowned secret cubby hole for our son's feet. So like I said in all our videos, this is not a cupboard, this is just a foothold. So this is the finished product of the back of the vehicle. We have the garage area here. Like I said, we've obviously done a subfloor underneath there, European King here, and then we have the SCOVA beams, and this is the basis of both beds. Like I've explained from the front, these beams, this is absolutely rigid now. Building this camper van conversion has been one of the best things that I've ever done. Can I say it was the most fun and enjoyable thing? Definitely not. This is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my life. I didn't know where to start or what to do. No one gives you the definitive answer of what's the best option, what's the best place to start. You just have to go with the flow, and obviously things don't always go to plan. We did more trips to B&Q than I ever want to do. I felt like we might as well have moved into that place, but luckily me and my wife ended up being a super team, even though we had so many times we locked horns over what was the best idea. This vapor barrier you're seeing right now, we did the whole van in the vapor barrier and then got crucified on a Facebook van life site saying that we had horrifically ruined the van by putting a vapor barrier on there, and there's going to be water and moisture everywhere for years to come. We've been in the van for a year and there's no moisture build up. That's why we have the Maxxair fans. So then we had the delivery of the windows. Now this was very exciting. We were super excited to see how this was going to transform the van, but we did find this quite a difficult process to do. We've got two windows, one on each side, one that opens, one that doesn't, and then we've also ordered 2 smaller windows that we haven't opened yet. We've just done the dreaded open and see if anything is broken. but it looks that everything has come in working order, even though there was footprints all over the back end of this box when it was delivered and it was very bashed. So for the window fitting, we started by drilling some holes along the line of the chassis of the vehicle. We did this to make a template of where we were going to cut with the jigsaw. This was a real nail-biting period during the van build, because obviously you are cutting holes in the side of the van that you cannot put back. So a tip that we were told by a van conversion specialist: when you buy these windows, the kit that comes with it tells you to use the bonding primer just on the metal chassis. So where you cut out, you primer the chassis. The specialist, whether or not it's the right thing to do, I haven't tried it, but I had a little tiny leak at the top, and he said, did you actually primer the metal and the glass? They don't tell you to do that. He says, but obviously that makes the adhesive you use really bond to the glass and to the chassis at the same time. So I didn't do that. I don't know whether that's the right thing to do. Let me know in the comments if that's the correct way to do it or whatever, but I was told that's what they do when they make the cars. They bond both sides, the glass and the chassis. So that may be wrong. I've not tried that. I was told by a specialist that's how they do it and never have any leaks. Let me know in the comments if that is correct, because next window we do, I might be trying it, because the leak was a bit of a pain to fix. So as you can see, I'm on the roof cutting the hole for this Maxxair fan. We have two Maxxair fans. There's one at the front of the vehicle, and then there's also one that's at the back of the vehicle. We chose to have two because obviously we have the double bunks at the back here that give us maximum airflow. We usually have one at the back that is on, and then one at the back that is obviously pumping in air, and then this one is drawing out the air, so it literally gives you a full circulation around the van, back and forth of the airflow. Instead of just having one air vent on one side, we thought we would go for the full Maxxair fan, so we always have one pumping in and one pumping the air out. These were quite easy to fix. We saw one video of a gentleman taking about a day to do one. We thought, well, let's give it a go. It took me about a day and a half with the fixings and whatnot. My sealant was very messy, and obviously, you know, people on the comments would be like, whoa, that's a messy one, but we give it the best we got. It's sealed, it's dry, but yeah, quite messy. But it was quite an easy process, just learning how to do it. But there we go. The Maxxair fans have been an absolute godsend, especially in the hotter climates. They have been brilliant.